Hello my friends, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, which I think has been anticipated by a few, and that is my Sephora follow-up. How did it work for me? What worked, what didn't? Basically, everything I purchased during the Sephora VIB sale, I'm gonna let you know how it worked for me so that you know maybe it's right for you, maybe it's not. So there's a lot to get through. I'm gonna move quickly. Let's jump into this right now. I'm gonna grab and go, you guys. I have to disclaim though already, I have returned a handful of products that absolutely did not work for me. I will let you know what those are so that you know what didn't work. But the thing about it is with Sephora's return policy now being 30 days, it makes it hard to really hold on to those products while testing everything else in order to get you this final video. So I did return a few things. We'll come back to that. So first off, not going to spend too much on this. This is the Fenty Eavesdrop. I've talked about this multiple times in recent videos. I love it. This is the best skin tint I have ever used and likely will ever use. It's silky, it's soft, it's a little bit thicker than a regular skin tint, which I think is what offers the higher coverage. That's what I'm wearing today. I love it. I use it with my fingers. It's easy, it's quick, it's perfection. I am in the shade 5, which is the light with yellow undertones. I was a little iffy on that. It seemed to work okay. I typically go for neutral. There wasn't a neutral in that 5-ish range. So next is the Amika The Cure Multitask Repair Treatment. I love this so much. I knew I did because I had used a little trial version. Sorry, my eyes are super sensitive right now. But I loved. It's hard to find something that makes my hair feel strengthened and truly repaired, I guess. I don't have a whole lot of split ends. I try not to use too much heat styling, but this is my natural curl. There's a couple of other things in here, but this holds my curl in a very beautiful way. I'm on day 3 hair right now, and this is everything. It's very liquidy. It smells amazing. I put it in after I wash my hair, and I am good to go. Let's talk about a couple other hair products. So the Olaplex number 6 and the Olaplex number 7, which is the bonding oil. A lot of this stuff I still have in boxes for this video, but I use these in conjunction with each other. These are the other 2 products I have in my hair right now. So I went in the day after I washed my hair, and I just went in with a little bit of this mixed together. So I go in with a little bit of the 6. I put just a couple of drops of the 7. It is very, very thick. I'm not sure I like it on its own. I do feel like if I put it in wet hair, it makes my hair frizzy. It does give my hair a silky, smooth, soft feel to it, but I feel like it also makes it feel the thin texture that it is, or my hair is very thin, and I feel like this brings that out. So I'm not entirely sure that I like it on its own. I do like it paired together with the number 6. It has a very good scent. It smells a little bit, I don't know if minty is the right word, but I love them together. Not sure I love it on its own. And again, I have very fine, thin hair, so in case you also share my hair type. This was just a repurchase. The the Drunk Elephant Virgin Marula Luxury Face Oil. I always use this when I go in with an aggressive mask, and this was just a repurchase, so that pretty much already tells you I love it. Going in, speaking of aggressive masks, the Ole Henriksen Lemonade Smoothing Scrub. Everything about this is so amazing. The smell, I like the color of the scrub. It's yellow. This is more aggressive than I thought it was going to be. This is a scrub. So what I have found is that I use this kind of in between using my Youth to the People I always say it wrong. But anyways, so that little facial, I don't use that super frequently. That can be really aggressive. So this is kind of now my in-between, and I love it. It leaves my skin so clear, so soft, and it's perfect. It exfoliates with AHAs and lemon peel extract. And it's just a facial scrub. I did not think it was going to be as intense as it was. Love. So again, together, perfect. Really happy I picked this one up, and I was kind of wondering how I was going to like it. This product is the star of my entire haul. If you've watched my favorites video, you already know that to be the case. And it is the Sol de Janeiro Bom Dia Bright Cream. I have never smelled anything so intoxicating, so amazing in my life. The texture of the cream is beautiful, as you would expect it to be. It's Sol de Janeiro, but the scent, it's not, and I don't know how to describe it to you. It's not heavy, but it is in the sense that it lingers. It lasts on the skin. I mean, hours later, I'll be like, I smell so good. But it has a very fresh, florally, fruity smell. It's a huge departure from the Boom Boom cream. So this is my new favorite scent all around. Over perfumes, body sprays, lotions, whatever. Favorite scent of life. I love it very, very much. And if I recommend anything more highly in this haul follow-up, it is this right here. It's wonderful. And they have since come out with the body spray, which I already picked up. I read this has like plum and I forget what else, but that stood out in my mind. It's wonderful, wonderful. When I say intoxicating, like you're just constantly smelling yourself. So let's see, the 2 melt blushes. I'm not going to include, where is Golden Hour? Oh, it's in here. I guess I will include it. So Golden Hour I had to get off the Melt site because it was sold out by the time the sale started. But these are wonderful. So I am wearing Honey Thief today. If I had to pick, I think I would pick Honey Thief as my favorite of the 3, which is ironic because I really thought I was going to like the I guess shimmer is the right word for them. I don't know. The Polished and Golden Hour have like a sheen. So here's Polished. They're beautiful. I love these blushes. Everything everyone had said about them was absolutely true. So pretty. They're easy to work with. They're creamy. They're opaque. They're smooth. They go on beautifully on a powdered face, which if you've watched my last couple of cream blush reviews, then you know the struggle I have had. But Honey Thief is the non-shimmery one. It's just the regular cream, and this is the one I truly enjoy the most, and it is also the shade that I love the best. It's a like salmon-y type of peachy coral, and I love those types of shades. So again, it's what I'm wearing today, and I love it. Minimal effort, so easy. These are well worth the price point, and they're not even full price. They're not that expensive. I want to say it was $22. Which for a cream blush these days, this seems to be a bargain. Let's see, moving into, okay, this was a repurchase, not going to go into it, the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. You've already heard my spiel on that, and because it was a repurchase, you already know I love it. No need to go into that. Same with my Fenty Pro Filter Eye Primer. I use that practically in every video on this channel. So let's see, the Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder No Powder. I like this. I don't know that I love it, and let me tell you why. First off, well, the packaging looks exactly like all the Backstage stuff, but I feel like I have to dig really hard with a brush because I can't tell if anything's coming off on the brush. That's how powder no powder it is. And so I've already started like wearing down the embossment on this because I really dig when I go into this. Once I'm done, I'm like, okay, I think I see it on there. It looks really pretty. My face looks so nice. But the main reason why I think I'm not sure if I love this is because I love the Kosas Cloud Set, which is kind of the same concept. But with that one, I do feel like I'm picking up a little bit of powder. I can tell it's kind of going on, even though I don't feel it. But I don't know, there's more substance with that one. And I love the look that I get. So I do like this one, obviously enough to keep it. Not sure how in love with it I am. And it's for that reason. So definitely for the person who wants minimal to no powder on their face, and which I love being that person. I love not really looking like I have powder on my face, but I feel like I'm going to go through this quickly because I dig hard in there because I'm like, I don't think I got anything on my brush. So next, NARS Sunkissed Bronzing Cream. Mine is in the shade Laguna. For some people, this looks gray. On me, it's the perfect shade. I love this cream bronzer so much. I think this would at this point be my favorite cream bronzer, which is saying a lot because I love the Huda Tantour. I really, really love the Fenty as well. That one's more of a gel balmy type of texture. This is straight up creamy texture. It does feel a little bit thick. It is very, very creamy, but it goes on so well, and a little goes a very long way. If I go in with too much, I have to kind of work it in, blend it out, make some adjustments. So it's very pigmented. You don't need a whole lot. It's the bronzer I'm wearing today. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not, but it is so, so pretty. So this is what it looks like on my skin tone. Again, for a lot of people, it was looking gray, so I was a little weary of that, and no, it was perfect. So glad I picked this up. This was, again, also one of my favorite purchases. The Artist Couture Ethereal Bloom Palette, same thing. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I went in with very low expectations on this because so many people hate it. And when I was watching people's videos like Juicy Jazz, Babs Beauty, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a bad palette. Which I had already anticipated it not being great because of the, what is it, Fuego palette? I can't remember. The one they came out with last summer. The mattes were very dry. The shimmers were very topper-like, very thin. But again, Fenty eye primer makes everything work amazing. And so when I first went in with this, I was like, oh, I kind of like this. The mattes in this palette actually are very pigmented for being more pastel types of shades, like especially this one and this one. The green too, just very pigmented, build nicely. I think out of all of them, the one I have to build the most is this lilac purple shade. But even at that, like it built for a pastel, it builds really, really nicely. I mean, you can even see it in my crease. It's very present on my eye. And as far as the shimmer shades, again, I thought I was gonna get like minimal payoff. Like I'm gonna go on, it's gonna be a sheer wash of color. I was very surprised. I'm like, maybe I just got a good one. I don't know. And again, I always use Fenty Pro Filter Eye Primer as a tacky base, and that really brings out quite a bit in an eyeshadow. But let me give you swatches real quick. I was most impressed with this green shade, and the one that's least impressive is the pink or the purple one. But I don't know, like for what I was seeing people struggle, I'm like, I think it looks pretty good. I'm wearing the pink shimmer in my inner corner, and then the this one, the blue aqua whatever, on my lid. I did go, before I went in with this one, I did go in with this one right here, just because I was trying to add as much as I could for purposes of this video. But I really like this palette. I typically go against the grain when it comes to liking eyeshadow palettes, even certain products that people, like the majority of people don't enjoy. I'm like, I love it. So, I mean, no surprise there. Then the Huda Beauty lipsticks. Let's see, I've got two of them. I picked up Angel and, where's Buttercup? Did I leave it on my desk? Okay, well, I have Buttercup in here somewhere. Here it is. I love these lipsticks, and I will be getting a couple more. The formula on these is so nice. I expected them to be a little bit more like slippy, like to have more of a slip to kind of rub off within the first 30 minutes or hour, and I was very wrong. They are so emollient, so comfortable, but they are slightly thicker to where they have a grip, so they hold on and they last longer. Now, not gonna say they last through like a meal or anything, but for being a slip lipstick, they actually, or for being a emollient lipstick, they last a really good time. So this is in the shade Angel. I am wearing the shade Buttercup, and these are the Sweet Nudes Power Bullets. And like I said, I will be picking a couple up in addition to these. This was a surprise hit for me. Love those. Let's see. The concealer I am wearing is the Kosas concealer. For reference, I did also pick up the Jouer High Coverage Concealer. Hated it, so I did return it. I was having to go in with 2 or 3 layers of that one. Now, not sure if just the shade was too light, which it didn't seem like it, but for being a high coverage concealer, it just was not high coverage for me. Like my under eye circles were showing through so much that I was like, absolutely not. So I can't say I'm a huge fan of this one as well. Maybe I just haven't figured it out yet. I feel like I've used it enough times to have figured it out by this point, but it's very emollient because it's got that cream skincare type of thing in it. So I don't know if that's what it is, but it does crease on me it's very dewy and hydrating looking. The thing about it is when I set it, there is no powder that sets well on me with this concealer, and I haven't figured out why. I go in with light powder, I go in with heavier powder, I go in with different kind of powders just to try out which one works best, and I can't figure it out. So I'm just not sure. Now, as far as coverage, it seems to be pretty good. I do like it with a brush better than with a sponge. Same thing with the Jouer. The sponge, absolutely not. It worked better with a brush. And same thing with this. With a sponge, I just don't really like it. With a brush is how I like it best. But again, I love emollient concealers. Like the Pat McGrath is my #1. But I don't know, there is something about this one that just doesn't like to be set down on my skin with powder. And if I leave it, obviously it creases. But that's where we're at on this. But I liked it enough to hold on to it. And I thought, well, okay. Anyways, so let's see, the Laneige Lip Treatment Balm. I like this, I don't love it. It's got a little bit of a, ooh, my hands are so dirty. It's got a little bit of a thinner consistency. I do find that I really do have to go in with this little applicator, which I was hoping not to, but I think it's really convenient. It's a good, innovative thing. I like it. And when I used it in my first impressions, I did find more and more that I was liking it. It gives like a cooling sensation. It feels good on the lips, but it's a little thinner than what I typically like. It smells good. Smells like almost like a pina colada or something, but I don't know. I feel like with this one, it's gonna have to be like, as I really get into it, like once I'm halfway down this thing, then I'll really know how much I like it or not. As of right now, there's others I like so much more. Let's see. Repurchase of the Sol de Janeiro hair treatment mask. Not gonna go into that because again, repurchase, you know I love it. The Patrick Ta Major Sculpt. This was a surprise for me because I was so excited about this. Then I ended up seeing people's videos that the #1 was too light, but yet the #2 was, you know, had one product that was great, the other preferred from what, like I was getting so confused. And I thought, oh man, as I was seeing pictures, I thought the #1 is gonna be too light for me. I'm gonna have to go swap it out. But I did the smart thing and I tried it out, which I never know. Is it the smart thing to just return it before you use it? Because, you know, that way you don't waste product. In this case, it was the smart thing to use it because I ended up loving it. This tone is really perfect for my skin tone. I am light to borderline light medium really, but light neutral, light medium neutral. Anyways, and this worked perfectly. The bronzer looks light. Yes, it does. But honestly, I like this kind of tone because it allows me to build up a little bit and it looks a little more natural on me than going in heavy-handed with a deeper bronzer. Now I'm having to work at it to blend out to make it look a little more natural. And this is just a better option for me. So here, look how light that looks. This doesn't swatch well as far as like tone. Once I put it on, then on the face, I'm like, okay, this is perfect. Let me give you the contour. And the thing about it is I am not a very big contour person. So the fact that this is like good and light leaves room for error for me. Because if not, it starts looking muddy and ugly. And that truly is why I rarely contour. This I really enjoyed and am very glad that it ended up working out as far as the shade goes. Oh gosh, there's so much in here. Okay, let's move quicker. The Huda Obsessions palettes, these were, I actually really like these. I really liked these. Again, maybe it was low expectations or something. I don't know. But these were a hit for me. And I love the mattes primarily in these palettes because they have provided me a very wonderful one and done, throw it in the crease. These are really, really good. Now, these palettes haven't gotten a whole lot of love. People have been hating them. I actually like them. Now, yes, look how pretty that is. It is true. There is about one dud in every one of the palettes, and that one didn't swatch very well, but there is one dud in every one of the palettes. Like for example, right here, this little zebra shade, I probably won't use it again. It's just terrible. But For me, that's not a deal breaker because I have quite a few palettes that I absolutely love, some of my favorites, and they have a dud. You know, it's not going to be 100% love, and that's okay with me. Out of 9 shades that I only dislike one, I'm okay with that. And it's just the same goes for all of them. I really enjoy these palettes. For a non-neutral loving girl, I really love these neutral palettes. So for me, they were well worth the purchase. And I wasn't gonna get them, but I got, you know, swept up with, I really should. So Caramel Brown is my favorite of the 3 based on the tones. Yeah, my Huda purchases were a hit this time. So let's see, the Fenty Cream Gloss Bomb little duo. I actually like this very much. I'm not a fan of the regular Gloss Bomb. So for me, it was kind of like, okay, let's test this out. Let's test out the waters and see what these cream versions are like. And I was pretty happy with them. So not that I would go out and buy a ton more. Like, I think I'm good with these. I think this gave me enough to, okay, I have enough to use. There's with just the 2, there's enough of a variation for me. I have a bright and I have a neutral. And I really do like these. They have a good mirrored look. I like the opacity, and yeah, I'm glad I picked this one up. Again, I wouldn't say I'm so over the moon that I need to go have every shade. This will do it for me, but I'm glad to have been able to get that little duo. Let's see, the Melt Cosmetics Gold Ore. This is the one I wore in that Sephora haul video. And I asked y'all, and y'all said it looked really nice on me. So I opted to keep it. The more I tried it, the more I played with it, I was like, you know what? I like this thing. And it looks gold. I'm not one for a very overtly gold highlight. But this, once I put it on the skin, it doesn't look as intensely gold, and I'm okay with that. And I like, more than anything, I like the finish. Y'all know I love me a good metallic high shine foiled highlight, and this was a good option. So let's see, speaking of Melt, the Digital Dust Duo Blush, if you've watched my favorites, you know this was in that video. This was such a mega amazing purchase. I love this thing so much. I do want to get the mauve version, but I think this was the perfect shade for me to pick right off the bat. Again, I love these corally, bright, springy shades. They liven up my face. So that was already a win. But the finish of these, now you can blend them together. I've been using them separate. So I go in with this peachy shade first. So beautiful, which actually reminds me of Golden Hour in the cream blush. And then I top it with this one right here. And it's not a blush light or anything. So you can even skip the highlight if you want going in with this. It's so pretty. I love it very, very much. And it just makes my skin look healthy and glowy. This was such a win. And again, can't wait to get my hands on the mauve one. Perfection right here. The Say Cream blushes, I used one of these in my first impressions video. I love these blushes so much. These are everything from the packaging to the formula to the longevity, the wearability, whatever. They make my skin look healthy. They're easy to use, so easy to use. They go on so nicely on a set face. I feel like I have to say that now because of the last 2 cream blush reviews that I did that just were like such fails. But anyways, so here's what Poppy looks like. I love these. They are not as moussey as I thought, and they are a liquid cream blush. Liquid cheek flush. And I forget that. And when I use it, I'm like, oh, it's a little more liquidy. And then I'm like, oh wait, they are liquid. I love these. These are, if you can get your hands on these and you like a natural flush to the skin that stays, those are perfection. I would even venture out and pick up a couple more possibly. Okay, we're almost done. The Play Bento right here is in number 1 Butter Up. I love this little guy. I'm actually wearing the highlight today. Surprising, right? Here's the thing. What I thought about this highlight was that I thought it was going to sit on top of my skin. When I swatched it in store, I was like, this is going to be powdery. It's going to just kind of sit as a powdery layer, and it was everything but. It melts into the skin. It has a nice metallic shine, the way I like. It does have a slight pink tint, but I'm not also one for heavy pink shift in my highlight, and I love it. So that tells you that the pink is very, very light. So here is, let's see, yeah, that's what the highlight looks like. I love it. And I kind of want to pick up number 2 specifically because the blush is beautiful. This blush is so silky smooth. I mean, like, it's one of the softest blushes I've ever felt in my life. And it's actually very lovely. Again, I thought it was going to be a little powdery on the skin. Nope, goes on nicely. And this cream is very, very nice consistency, very nice formula, and the tone is neutral. I love me this bronzer. So this was a really good pickup. I'm glad I did it. I wasn't going to. It had sold out online, was in store. They had one left. I was like, okay. So glad I did. This was perfect. So if you've been on the fence, it really is worth it. While on the topic of cream bronzer, the Danessa Myricks bronzer, I did return. Loved the formula. Love the formula. The tone, absolutely not. It pulled so red on me. I was like, I don't like this. And it's one of those where it's like, it's so popular. I need to love it. And I just couldn't. The more I tried it, the more I was like, yeah, this isn't going to be for me. So went ahead and moved that one on. The 2 Kosas brow products, which hurts my heart because I would have kept those for the packaging. I just couldn't justify it. It made my brows look so unattractive. I just was not a fan. It made them a little bit crunchy. It made them look fluffy, which is one of the claims, but fluffy in not a very good way. And the clear one was supposed to give a laminated effect. I never saw that. There was just so much that I had high hopes for that it was just a letdown. I did end up returning those as much as I didn't want to, but I thought I've tried these left and right and there's no way that I am finding that I end up liking it. So I did, those were a fail for me, did not work out. So in case you're wondering. So moving into the LYS, what is this called? Speak Love Glossy Lip Treatment Oil. If you, again, have watched my April favorites, then you already know that this is an absolute love for me. I think I have found a replacement for my Clarins Instant Comfort Lip Oil, and this is $12. It's so nice. It's very balmy, but it is glossy. I had said in my Sephora haul, I don't think it's very glossy upon my first use. No, I probably just had to break it in a little bit because it is glossy, but it's balmy. It's got like a thick texture, not too thick to where it's uncomfortable. It's just got enough to where it's got a good grip. So it's moisturizing. It's lovely. The applicator, it's wide, so it covers a lot of territory in a very short amount of time, and I love this product. The cap is a little, I'm not super crazy about the cap, but hey, it's $12. I can't complain. There's no room for complaining. But this gives your lips so much hydration. I don't know if I'd use it at night just because it is so glossy. You'll end up smearing it all over your pillow, but it's perfection for in the morning after I've brushed my teeth. My lips feel a little tight. In the moment I would go in with my Clarins Instant Comfort Lip Oil, I go in with this, and chef's kiss. Amazing. Such a good purchase. The Too Faced Teddy Bear palette. I love this palette. Everything from the size, yeah, I don't mind the size. Everything from the size to the cute teddy bear on the packaging, if I can get this out. It's so pretty. I love how slim it is. Like, this was unique, and I love unique in my eyeshadow palettes. And the shades in here, so good. I love the mattes. They are pigmented. They're blendable. They go on. I go in with one layer. I don't need to double up. I don't need to build up. And the metallics, you guys, are so good. Yeah, the pans are small, but I mean, do we ever go through a full eyeshadow palette? Like, I think not. So my favorites, as far as the metallics goes, my favorites are the little marbled shades. The others are like just a hint less intense, but still beautiful nonetheless. I love, love, love using this palette. Truly enjoyed it. And again, I'm going to say once more, for a non-neutral loving person, like, I love using this palette. So that says a lot. They're just, look how, that was one swipe. So soft. I mean, soft in that they're soft colors, not necessarily super soft to the touch, but I love using this. This was a good decision on my part. I wasn't going to get it, and then I did, which I was glad. They released the 2 Love Sprung palettes by Artist Couture during the sale. I opted for both. I actually really like both. Out of the 2, I like number 1 better. I will show you both. I do like number 1 better. because of the two lighter shades, but number 2 is also very, very lovely. These middle ones don't look like anything spectacular. They are actually quite ugly in the pan, but they give you such a beautiful topper to your blush that you almost don't need to go in with highlight, quite frankly. So they are powdery. Once you dip your brush in, they do have quite a bit of kick up. That is palette number 1, and I'll give you one swatch of palette number 2. Running out of room and out of time, but these were a good, I'm glad I picked them up. They're nothing super revolutionary, honestly, but I love the packaging. I'm just glad I picked them up. So just depends on what you're looking for in a blush. Don't run out and buy them if you don't need them. But anyways, so the Biossance Squalane Rose Vegan Lip Balm, I like this. I like the LYS more. This one is a little bit on, it's a little bit on the thicker side. Doesn't have like the whole glossy aspect to it. But it's nice. I really don't have super rock star things to say about it. I enjoy it, but I think the LYS was just so stunning, so amazing that it kind of got this one pushed to the side. And then lastly, I've already done a review on these. This is the Hourglass Vanish Blush Stick. I actually got this after the sale, but I'm including it in here because what I returned, I put towards this. So this is Sacred. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this blush. It's very thick. It is very, very creamy. It's very expensive, and it doesn't go well on set skin, on a set face. It's okay. It's very lovely, but you do have to work at it. I don't know. For the price point, I can't even tell you that I would say run out and buy one. Please don't. Buy one of the melt ones instead. And then the Hourglass Velvet Story lip cream. Lip cream is a different story. This, run out and buy. This is in the shade Touch. Very, very small, very expensive, but very beautiful. I love the shade that I picked up. When you put it on, it's very moussey. Give it 5 minutes and it turns into this emollient satin, almost a little bit of a shine. Doesn't have any shine right now, but in a couple minutes, it'll start like just kind of, I don't know, it morphs into this really awesome thing and it lasts a while. Again, the shade Touch, and I really do enjoy this, and I enjoy the shade too. So okay, I think I covered it. Oh, the little mitts, you remember the cleaning mitts that I got? Don't even touch those with a 10-foot pole. They are so gross. I did return them. They shed for one, and I bought 2. So the other one I left closed and returned, but they shed like crazy. They're very limpy. So where you would think they kind of stand on their own, like all of the other, like the little elf discs is what I anticipated. No, they go, whee. Once you start doing that and it's got product, it was, no, absolutely not. Gross. It looks like a soggy toilet paper when you're done. Anyways, that's probably the thing I disliked the most out of this haul. Anyways, that's it, you guys. That brings us to the end of today's follow-up. I hope in some way, shape, or form it was helpful. I have to run, so I'm going to put the verse of the day down here at the bottom. I just want to tell you I love you so much, but Jesus loves you that much more. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, stay safe and stay well, my friends. I will talk to you soon. Take care, friends. Bye.